Now, on this show, we committed to sharing with you tips on how money is made, grown, and then kept. Now, in the same breath, we bring you the sort of an entrepreneur in Western Uganda who has mastered the principles of making business and is today laughing, like they say, all the way to the bank.
I'm by names of Byamujisha Geoffrey, and I'm the managing director of A&B, Embakasi Dairy Bread Bakery Limited. It is within here, Shema Municipality, Shema District. I did choose to do the bakery because originally I was a bursar in a certain boarding primary school, and I decided to go and do my own things. So one of the businesses I decided to do with the bakery, because I saw it as a quick income generating project. So it was in 2007 in April. We started this bakery as we were 3 people. So it was a joint business. But as time went on, there is time when we reached that we disagree with each other. So we decided to disintegrate. I decided to come from the town because we started this business within Kabwe town. So I decided to come to this trading center, Kemichera, and work alone. I had a certain friend of mine, Numa, Mr. Robert Masiko. He was the managing director of Numa. So he's the one who directed me to Enterprise Uganda. So by the time when I went to Enterprise Uganda, I was trained and gained some knowledge. The knowledge I acquired from Enterprise Uganda regarding marketing, they trained me of how I can approach these clients like schools, the supermarkets and whatever, and how I could handle them so that they could really get to know of my products. Sometimes they normally come and order us for some wedding cakes, because I have a person who is technical in making these wedding cakes. When I have somebody who has a wedding party, he comes here, he orders for a wedding cake, then we make that wedding cake for him or her. A source of raw materials, I have a person who deals in buying and selling of ngano, sugar and whatever, and he deals with Mukwano people. So he's a very big man in Kabwe. In fact, he's the one who helped me right away from the beginning. So I've never departed from him. He buys raw materials like ngano from milling factories, and he brings them here. I pay him, he gets some profits, and I also get some profits. I have 3 ovens. 2 are locally made, and those ones we use firewood, and at least it takes low costs. And the other one it uses both electricity and firewood. And electricity, when you use these electrified ovens, and these days you see the power is very expensive. I have some plots within Kabwe. I have extended my land here, and even I've managed to get some friends, business people, and some other big men. And even I have managed to put up all these structures where I'm working from. Most of the people around, their children have gained some job opportunities. I'm employing very many people coming from around. Very many taxes imposed on this business. The power we are using, electricity, very expensive. Even water, very expensive. Prices of raw materials, very, 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 very expensive and high. So we are appealing to the government so that the government looks into this problem as soon as possible. I'm saving because even I learned that whatever money you get, you bank it. And when you want to spend, you withdraw from the bank. Don't spend cash here. So I learned that and it has helped me. And even with these salesmen of mine, whatever money they get, they even bank in the field. That's how I'm trying to manage my finances. We are in Hweshu district, Ruhinda district, Shema district, Bushenyi district. So we are still, even in Mbarara, in Kashari, we supply there. So we are not yet beyond Ankole region. But with time we are planning to go beyond. So you can start with a small thing like frying mandazi, just a half carton a day. Then within a week you go to a carton, then a month 3 cartons, then 3 months a bag of 50 kg, then slowly by slowly, and then you become a big person.
Well, anyone would agree that we live in a fundamentally tough economic environment, and fundamentals seem to be here and there. Talk about inflation, talk about the exchange rate, prices of key commodities like oil. Now, we are, however, still committed to sharing with you tips on how money is made, because, I mean, life goes on, and business, like we say, is a going concern.
I'm Kakuru Katahwire Benon, one of the members of this group for stone quarry. So we have 2 types of stones. Aggregates, these are aggregates, and then there is hardcore there. Most of us, we didn't study at a high level. So when we come from that workshop of Enterprise Uganda, we see where can we get money. So when we were looking, we saw that we have our hero here. There is the stones. There is we don't need to have capital. So we started. In a day, we can have almost 5 vehicles and more taking these stones. You have seen the church there, the town there at Chabujimbi, Nyakashaka factory, Ruyonza PTC, Bushenyi town, Ishaka town. All those are using these stones. A vehicle, tipper, is at 150,000. The smaller ones, 120. For aggregate. Then hardcore, it is at 80,000 per lorry. We have already started our small kasaku among us. After selling, at the end of the month, we put there something. We have treasure, we save. When we get our money, we bank there. Then after a year, at the end of the year, we sit and see how to use our money in the future. Because already we have electricity. and we have our transformer there, very near. So that when we are selling our stones in the future, to have a machine to help us. This project, when the people see what we are doing, they didn't understand that there is the money, that it is a dirty worker for them. They like white collar jobs. So I want to call upon youth to join such a projects like this one. They will get money and do other things.
Now, any solid person in business would agree that today you have to embrace digital and all the ingredients that come with it in order to make it in business. Now, digital business management systems is the focus of our tech segment today.
My name is Paul Jonathan. I'm a software developer and I work for Future Technologies Limited. Well, Future Technologies mainly deals with ERPs. ERPs are management systems. So basically we build management systems in terms of software, and our software is basically URL based. When I say URL based, I mean you can access it using your URLs in your computer. In other words, it's a web-based application. It started in 1995, but it later became more popular in 1999. Future Technologies started in the time when technology was being introduced in Uganda, and you find out that these days what brings up technology is the gap between functionality and the gap between how do you deliver services. And at that particular time, we're trying to look for better ways to enhance management systems. We are trying to avoid disruption of management systems, disruptions of flowcharts. So we end up finding out that Future Technologies came in the place where we are trying to limit all paperwork, because first of all, the management systems limits paperwork and also limits usage of lot of resources. Because I mean, you're accessing one system, and you're accessing one system at a go, preventing you from having different departments that will lead you to various activities. We tend so much to major in management systems such as procurement management systems, assets management system, hospital management systems, and of late we are venturing into hybrid learning, building systems where students and big colleges and universities can access the systems. And the difference between our hybrid learning system and others is that everything is incorporated in the system. You don't need to have another maybe Zoom link somewhere or e-library attached. Everything is accessed in the system. So we tend to prioritize cloud computing or cloud engineering in our system. We are solving the bridge of work between workers and easing their work. There's a way it is so complicated doing paperwork in office compared to when you have all the system that can do it for you. Because I mean, for example, let us talk about HR management system. We have payroll, and this payroll, imagine all the tasks that one will do in terms of paperwork and relating now to it to the system, where the system basically is going to do everything for you. You just fit in the details of the employee and what the employee is supposed to get, and all the calculations are done for you in the system. So at the end of the day, employees are able to be paid without you tending to have a lot of paperwork or a lot of calculations or all the deductions. All that is done in the system.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of this week's edition of Money and Markets. Thank you for being part of the show. Now, we'd like to keep the discussion going because, like we say, businesses are going concern. So drop us a line on the addresses on your screen. Let's keep this going. Now, from me and team, I'd like to wish you a very good evening, and God bless.